Limits, episode 122, and on this episode, the Game Awards. And product placement in video game trailers trigger the outrage. Hello, everyone. My name is Taylor. I'm joined by my co-hosts, Brianna and Sam. You're listening to No Limits, a PlayStation podcast, episode 122, while Sam is drinking out of an inferior Contigo bottle. Okay.
What do you drink out of, Taylor?
Not an ad.
Is it an Awala?
It's an Awala. Yeah. Yeah. Remember, you can find the video version of this pod over on youtube.com/SaveTheGameMedia every Tuesday. And while you're over there, make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you would rather listen on audio, we are on all your favorite podcast services. We would love it if you could leave us a review. It helps us grow, and we would love any feedback. If you want to hear my cat attack my couch and support us and get early access to all Save the Game Media content, head over to patreon.com/SaveTheGameMedia and choose the tier that's right for you, just like our current patrons did. Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Lindsay, Nikolai Knight, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, David Hodright, Dave Harp, the Xbox Mansion Pass, Alpaca Tom, Lena Navarro, Sol Cannon, Ellery Woods Parker III, Chad, and Rick Davis. Also, please interact with us in Discord. Links are in the show notes. How we doing, Sam?
Good.
Okay. Mr. Blue Light over there.
Yeah.
Get off of the counter.
My father's birthday. Okay, I guess you don't want to hear what I'm saying. So
I do.
That's fine.
I do want to hear about your father's birthday.
Yeah, celebrate my father's birthday. Very nice. Almost to report, really. Just wanted to get work over and done with, ready for Christmas. That's looking unlikely.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, getting work ready for Christmas and finished and all that stuff. Okay, keep going. Nope.
Bree said keep going, and Sam's internet said nope.
Yeah. And we sit here in silence until he comes back.
Welcome back, buddy.
Nothing else to report, outside of clearly internet issues completely screwing me over for no reason that I cannot seem to diagnose.
That's just me unplugging your modem.
Yay.
All good. Well, I hope your dad had a fun birthday. And did you go to the pub with him, Sam?
No, he went to a sushi bar with my sister and then came back.
Are you going on a dinner with him or just staying low? Laying low. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No answers. We'll never know.
Okay. It's okay. Fair enough.
Sam actually just hates sushi is what.
Did he ever? No, he doesn't.
I have no idea. I have no idea his feelings on sushi.
If you're indifferent to sushi, I have a problem with you. That's my take.
Indifferent. Okay, so you either have to love it or hate it.
No, you have to love it.
I love sushi so much. Oh my god.
How do you hate it? Stupid. Yeah. Even if you're a vegan, how do you hate it?
This is why I can't be a vegan or vegetarian. It's because sushi.
You think that's the final barrier?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair point.
It would be for me for sure.
I
used to have like ice cream and stuff, but
gotcha. Well, I know someone who the only meat they'll eat is if they've hunted it. Other than that, they do not eat meat. They want
I
to know
think-
exactly where their meat came from and that the animal was killed humanely.
So what happens if they accidentally don't kill the animal humanely?
They don't eat it.
Then they just waste the meat, so they just killed the animal for nothing.
All right, Bree. No. Making a mistake does not mean it's inhumane. That's my take.
I
Let me frame it this way.
don't think that.
You try to aim for the head on a deer. You hit its torso. Then the deer is keeled over in a bush, whimpering, and then you put a knife in its head and put it out of its misery. I still think you killed the deer humanely, even though you made a mistake with your shot.
Tough.
Yeah,
She
isn't
just
that
turned
right,
into a werewolf or something.
Okay, Zoomy McZoomy Pants. Anyway, enough about killing animals.
What have you been up to while we're waiting?
Oh, I've been playing more. Oh wait, that's games I've been playing. What have I been up to outside of that? What did I do this past week? Getting more involved with my union. That's fun.
Okay.
What else? Friday I did. What did I do Friday, Bree? Friday I went to a bar and read. I just sat at the bar
lovely.
and read.
What'd you read?
Dracula. I'm still reading Dracula.
Mm.
I'm like halfway through it now. Yes. It's getting real good. Van Helsing is a G. I think it holds up well. There's some there was maybe 10 pages that I think are frankly sexist and outdated, but I don't think there's anything intentionally malicious in the book. But I think it's well done, especially people who don't know how Dracula is written. It's a series of diaries. There's no
an epistolary.
Oh wait, that's what that's called?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. There's no all-knowing narrator. You just know what every character writes in their diary as the reader.
Yeah, an epistolary is just a collection of some other kind of writing. Like World War Z is an epistolary. Dracula is. I think those are two of the most famous examples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also some really great imagery of the countryside. And, just frankly, Bram Stoker is really good at using descriptive language for visualization. And it makes me want to visit England more now because I want to look at the architecture and visit the places from the book, like Exeter. Well, obviously there's Transylvania, but that's outside of Britain. But yeah. Yeah. So been reading Dracula, did that. Went to a light festival last night. That was cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, people in the dark were walking around wearing Christmas lights or wearing light illuminated clothing. And yeah, so that was fun. What else? That's about it. I've been playing Resistance. Again, I'm trying to beat it now after I returned to it from Outer Wilds. I think I'm very close to the end. And it's going well. And then after that, I'll play. And then after that, I don't know what I'll play. Either play Ghost or Horizon Zero Dawn or Death Stranding. Oh, I also started Legend of Zelda 1 on the NES.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's very hard without a guide, but I'm going to use the guide and play it over break when I'm visiting family because I won't have my PlayStation with me. So, nor can I play on my Switch. Play some Zeldas.
You can.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Zelda, on the downside, let me check it right now because I'm still curious. My Tears of the Kingdom I got on Cyber Monday for $30. is stuck in Ohio right now, and it's not moved since Monday.
That sucks.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'll ever get that. Oh, wait. Package out for delivery. It's being delivered today.
It sounds like it might be. Who knows if it'll be. It is Sunday, to be fair. So it might be delivered tomorrow.
It says on FedEx vehicle for delivery. It's out for delivery today. Why would they deliver it on a Sunday? It is exciting. Let's go. Tears of the Kingdom. Yep. So hopefully I get that safe and sound.
Hopefully.
I like hyper fixated on Zelda a bit this past week. I'm like, I need to buy all the Zelda Switch games. So Tears of the Kingdom, Skyward Sword, Link's Awakening Remake, Echoes of Wisdom. I only purchased Tears of the Kingdom so far, but I want to make a big run at the Zelda series. You know, it's on my gaming bucket list. And yeah.
And they're incredible.
Yeah. And I downloaded of course, you know, I give Reddit a lot of shit, but Reddit also has a lot of useful stuff if you know how to find it. Someone posted the old PDF, like scan of the old Zelda tips and official Nintendo tips and tricks guide from the 80s. So I want to go play through Zelda 1, and if I'm stuck or want to know where to go next, because a lot of it's very archaic. Like, it's very archaic on how to get the entrance to some of the later dungeons from what I hear. Like, constantly lighting every square pixel on the screen on fire, trying to find if there's a secret. You know, using the guide to cut that busy work. But using the same guide that, you know, people who grew up with the NES would have used. So
that's fun.
Yeah. So I think it's a fun little adventure to do. Yep. Love me some Zelda stuff. And Resistance.
So is that what you've been playing this week as well?
I played a tiny bit of Zelda, but I didn't really play it that much. I played like 10 minutes. The other was just spent researching which guide to get, which Zelda game do I want to play. So I just started with Zelda 1. Toph is biting a wire.
That sounds very safe.
Okay. Anyway, after I'm done talking, I'm going to go stop her. Anyway, so yeah, just starting my Zelda's journey and juggling that with everything else on my bucket list. But it's good, you know. Again, the games I play are chaotic, but I finish my games. I just play 5 a year.
So you finished your games for the year? You have to stop now? You can't play anymore?
I hope to finish. Oh god, the sun's in my eyes again. This is cool. I hope to finish Resistance before I leave in 4 days for traveling. Because again, I think I'm very close to the end. So that's the goal.
You know, I do have a suggestion.
Okay.
I do wonder if you should play at least one more game that came out in this calendar year.
I was thinking about 1000 Times Resist.
Oh, it's good.
But I won't be able to finish it before.
It's on Switch, so.
I heard the performance is bad though, but it isn't. But it is on Switch.
I can't speak to the performance on Switch. I played it on PC, but.
Tough, no. More credence, I guess, to investing in either a small gaming laptop or a PC.
You could play Balatro. That one's a pretty cheap game, and you can buy that like on mobile even.
I don't want to buy a game just to say I played it this year. Fair. I'll just suffer through it on the Game Gear episode.
Fun. Welcome back. Oh, there's 2 Sams? I'm scared.
Oh, he's using his phone audio? Is this phone audio, Sam? Oh, I know, it's just another Sam.
I'm scared. How do we kick this other Sam out? I'm scared.
I can do it.
Don't do it. It's fine.
No. Sam, what's this? Sam number 2 on my queue here in Melon. Oh,
I can't hear him.
He's muted. Sam, don't do this to me. Oh, no. Bollocks. We cannot hear you.
Sam, he's really having a day.
Oof. Yeah.
He's about to go cry in his bathroom.
Okay.
He's going to get in the shower, clothes on, and just let the water run over his face while he cries.
I've never actually done that before.
I haven't either. I would never get in the shower with my clothes on.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
buddy.
Sam. We can hear you.
Hey, buddy. Sam, you look like you're about to cry.
So I don't know why I keep having problems, right? This is why I
Right.
hate PCs. Okay, this is why I hate PCs.
Sam,
Because I spend all this money and it should just
Okay.
work, and it doesn't.
I don't know
Clearly.
if this is your PC's fault. You sure it's not your
Well,
internet?
okay, every single other device in my house doesn't have this patchy connection problem. And this has only just
wait.
surfaced over the past
Okay.
couple of weeks.
Is your PC hardwired or Wi-Fi?
Wi-Fi.
Is there
Hardwired
any?
connection is, if it's possible, is a lot better for PCs.
I am aware of this. Yes.
Okay. Have you checked your drivers?
Well, I don't have any chauffeurs, so I can't do that.
I like that. It's a good answer.
Whenever I'm having internet issues, it's usually my drivers need to be updated. So
I wouldn't even have the slightest idea of how to sort that out. So you can direct me maybe after the recording is done, because I
Sounds
will
good.
need help if that is an issue that is known in terms of causing internet connections problems. Then I would like to sort that. So
All right. Well, I'm sorry, Sam.
yeah.
Your other
that sucks.
laptop didn't have this problem. That was, a couple hundred, few $100. Well, it wasn't a few $100, but like, compared to what you have, it was like a dinghy, right?
Yep.
Well,
Okay. You're here now.
Sam,
We love having you here.
I just want you to know that having weird PC issues like that are not specific to just gaming PCs. If you got a new computer, this very well could have happened, and even if the computer was a lot less powerful than the one you have now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was
provides
just,
no comfort.
Okay.
I was just trying to convince
just hate
Taylor to
PCs.
play Balatro.
Bree thinks I need to play one more game that came out this year, Sam.
And I said
Because-
Balatro was a good option.
Because I played the games I've released this year. I played Helldivers 2, Mario Party Jamboree. And
That other game.
I'm checking my notes.
I'm hotly anticipating both of your Game of the Year lists when you send them in to me. That's gonna be fun.
He did, just for the record, bring up playing 1,000 times Resist. But when I said, well, it is on the Switch and you will have your Switch when you go home. And he said that apparently there's performance issues on the Switch. So that's out.
That's surprising. But
I don't know where I put that. Where did I put
There isn't
that?
much to the game, so it is a bit surprising.
Where did I put my notes folder?
I don't know.
Oh, here we go. Of games, I only played 2 games that released this year.
That's fine, Taylor. Make your top 5. They can be whatever games they are. If one of those 2 games happens to be in there, that's great. So they actually contribute something. But if not, then you'll still have time to wax lyrical about why they're in your top 5 regardless. Okay.
I remember, what was it, 2 years ago? I said Halo 2 was my game of the year, or second game. Yeah.
You certainly did, yeah.
Okay. You also missed the point, Sam, where I talked about that I'm started Legend of Zelda 1 on the NES in the intro.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Make my way through that series while I juggle Ghost, Death Stranding 1, Horizon Zero Dawn, the God of War saga, and the Killzone games, and the Sly games, and the Ratchet games, and the Infamous games. While the sun kills me.
Yeah.
And Dark Souls.
And then you've got Alan Wake 2.
And I got Alan Wake 2.
Astrobot. And
Astrobot.
Yeah.
Realistically, I probably won't play that much Nintendo this year, but I'll play Legend of Zelda 1 on holiday because I'll be with no consoles but a Switch. And my laptop I'll be bringing is vastly underpowered, and I need a new one, frankly. But yeah.
Okay.
Sam, like, well, we got you. What have you been playing?
I'm close to finishing the final chapter of Rise of the Golden Idol. Excellent game. Highly recommend for puzzle enthusiasts out there. Just as good, if not better, than Case of the Golden Idol. A minor amount of Stalker 2 because I'm still having to do pickups in terms of my coverage. That will hopefully be done over the next couple of days. Is there anything else? I played the festive celebration level for Astrobot that dropped night of the Game Awards. Excellent little level with several guest cameo bots to rescue, some of which were clearly missing from the base game. And yeah, very, very nice way to round off that, to play that the morning after the Game Awards, where we'll talk about it, Astro winning pretty majorly in a number of categories. Felt good. Is there anything else? I finished Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I said I was playing that through PC.
All right. How'd you
3
like
months
it?
of Game Pass, so I paid $0 to Xbox, which feels good. It got worse the longer it went on. Unfortunately, I think it started out quite strong, and then about halfway through, you're in the second of 3 open world zones, and it just gets worse. The third area, which is supposed to be like the coolest and thematically the most interesting, is by far the worst designed. It's aggravating, it's annoying. The gameplay doesn't evolve in any meaningful way. After your first fist fight with an enemy, it is just that for the rest of the game. So I'm pretty sour on it, to be honest. I think it's still good, but playing the first like 5-6 hours, I would have said, yeah, when this comes to PS5, I'm going to buy it. And now I will do anything but. I've had my fill, which is a shame because it was shaping up to be something really cool, and I think it just sort of didn't quite have the legs to hold up the runtime. And I think it probably took me about just over 20 hours to get through. And there just wasn't enough meat on the bones. I think that's it. The only other thing I played, which is another deep cut. I technically did start 9 Souls on Bree's recommendation. I haven't played very much at all, maybe 45 minutes, an hour. But it's
At
got
my
a lot of
insistence.
it's got a lot of stuff that I wasn't expecting to see in terms of like environment and like narrative and depictions of different things. It sort of took a left turn really quickly, which I appreciate. So I will continue to play it. It's looking promising thus far. And then the only other thing, minor shout out, very, very oddball pick, is a VR game called The Utility Room. It took me, I think that my PlayStation clock registers it as an hour. It's more of like an experiential thing, but I don't even really know how to describe it. It's kind of like an experience where you are supposedly someone who has arrived at this like weird ethereal place, and you do a thing and something happens and you gain access to what they describe as like the behind the scenes of the universe.
Is this like Click in the back of Bed Bath & Beyond in the Beyond section, Sam? If you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, not quite. This is far more eldritch than that.
Okay.
So it's very surrealist. It's very abstract. It's very sort of metaphorical. There's a lot of sort of quite intimidating imagery, things that sort of dwarf you in terms of scale, and you can't quite figure out exactly what it is. And you catch glimpses of things, and it's very, very bizarre. But I had seen a few interesting things and heard a few interesting things, and I'm glad I tried it out. It is sort of like a one and done thing, so there's not a lot of value there necessarily, but yeah, pretty cool experience.
Oh, sweet.
So I think that's everything.
Well, speaking of 1 hour experiences, I forgot to add, I purchased Before Your Eyes for $2. I hear it's really uplifting game.
Yeah. Sure is.
Can't wait to watch Manchester by the Sea and then play that game and cry for the entire day.
That is one hell of a 1-2 punch.
Bree, have you seen Manchester by the Sea?
Mm-mm.
Don't see it.
Okay.
You know, Taylor, I think I thought you would have learned by now to just not ask whether Bree's seen a particular movie, because you know you're just going to swing and miss every time. Bree, have you seen Jaws?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
See, I told you. I'm like.
All right, we're going to stop this. Anyway, Bree, what about you? What have you been doing? Have you been reading?
Yes, I have been
knew
reading.
it.
I've also been playing games. I've been playing League of Legends specifically.
LOL, as they say.
They do that. Oh, excuse me. I have been watching Harry Potter. My dad likes to watch Harry Potter once a year during the December month. So we're making our way slowly through that. I think we just finished the third movie last night. And
cool.
Yeah, so just been reading and watching, and I don't know, just hanging out.
That reminds me, we need to do an AWCUI when I go through all the Harry Potter films.
Have you not before?
Nope. I've seen Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban. I have not seen any films after that.
Oh, you watched Goblet of Fire, eh?
You stopped just before the best one. Shame.
Was that one your favorite, Sam?
Oh.
By like a country miles, yes.
Wow.
Interesting.
And
okay.
I don't remember much of the first film. I think I remember most of the second film. The third one I remember seeing Gary Oldman and Professor Werewolf Light, which is pretty epic. But I don't remember anything else about the first three movies.
I have to be honest with you. I feel like I have most of the first movie memorized.
No kidding.
Yeah. I feel like I'm fairly insufferable to watch the first movie with, just because I know all of the quotes and stuff. So I have a good time though.
Nice. Oh, I saw Fantastic Beasts when it came out like 7 years ago. It was bad.
Yeah, Fantastic Beasts is not good.
Yep. I love that screenshot. Oh, no, it's gone. Okay.
It was a really good one.
Sam, there was a still shot of you where you had your toothpick and your phone in the same frame and you're just looking at the camera. I'm like, that's a vibe.
It was.
Toph, what are you doing?
So yeah, nothing too crazy on my end. However, I will say I'm very excited for this next week. I have the entire next week off.
Oh, so are you staying home? Gonna chill out? Are you going somewhere? What's going on?
I haven't 100% decided where I am going / staying. I'm not traveling anywhere. The plan for the week is to relax, mostly. I'm also going to be doing some writing. And I'm just, my plan is to try and spend 40 hours this week writing. And in my quest to write 40 hours, I have contemplated going to a cafe for some of that. So I may go somewhere, but I don't know.
Cool. So you want to write 40 hours total next week?
Yeah. Starting tomorrow. Yes.
You know how this is going to go, Bree? you're going to procrastinate for 4 days and then write for 12 plus hours the last 3 days?
Definitely possible. I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job writing, though.
Oh, I was kind of joking, but
No, I am a procrastinator. It's just in the nature of who I am, as well as partially just ADHD stuff. But
well, no, have fun. Is it without getting into, I don't know, I guess, do you know what you're going to write? Is it a original story? Is it a fanfic? Well, I guess fan fiction is original, but is it a fanfic? Is it like your own narrative, not based on anything in particular? What do you think you're going to write about?
So as of right now, I'm planning on writing my own story.
Cool.
I guess there's always a chance that I write a Harry Potter fanfic randomly, but planning on writing my own thing. The book that I don't know why I'm working on, for context, most of the time I write fantasy / like horror-esque kind of stuff. And for some reason, the story that I've been like slightly working on has been like a romance. And not only that, but like a Christmas romance. And yes, I know it's the season, but I started working on it before Christmas season. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what ends up happening.
I love it. I'll read it.
Thank you.
I'll buy your self-published Amazon copy.
I'm not going to self-publish, I don't think.
Like I shouldn't say every, like a lot of writers do.
Yeah, I think I would rather just practice writing and maybe someday get published. And if not, then maybe I will just go to fan fictions. But I don't think I want to self-publish, ? There's a lot of challenges that come with self-publishing. So
I assume there's been instances where there's some fan fiction that's so dense that maybe this is more in the context of a video game franchise, that the studio hires like the top fanfic writer to be part of their narrative writing team.
I have not seen that happen before. It's not to say it hasn't, but I have personally not seen it happen. What has happened is that some of the more popular fan fictions, for example, one of the most famous fan fictions right now is called Manacled. And it's being taken down off of AO3 at the end of the year, which is one of the fan fiction sites, because the author rewrote it into an actual novel, like reworked the magic system and stuff, and it's being published next year as a book called Alchemized. And there's actually 3 Draco Hermione fan fictions in total next year that are being published as actual books. So that does happen.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I guess in games, the inspiration for me saying that was in games, there have been ROM hack developers like Chris Whitehead over at Team Sonic, who started out as making ROM hacks for all the classic Genesis games. And then he was eventually hired by the Sonic team at Sega. And he led the development for Sonic Mania, which is hailed as probably the best 2D Sonic of all time. And it came out in 2018. I was wondering if something similar happened on the narrative side, but
yeah,
gotcha.
No, it's definitely possible, but I would say that you'll get a really, there are some authors, like, I would say most authors are really appreciative of fan fiction. And there are some authors that really don't like fan fiction existing. So, yeah. It is what it is.
Fair enough.
I would say all of the most popular fan fictions, though, are Harry Potter. I think it's like Harry Potter, Marvel, and Supernatural, maybe.
Oh, Supernatural, right. I remember hearing about that. But you told me about Supernatural, I think.
I haven't seen it, so.
Oh, wait. Wasn't there a book called Supernatural where it's people have superpowers, but...
Supernatural is not superpowered. People.
No, you told me about a book where people have superpowers, but they're afraid they'll hurt the ones they love in their life or something about it, where it's like... I feel like you told me a book about people who have superpowers, but there's like a twist regarding the powers where they're afraid they might hurt their loved ones or something like that. Did you not tell me about that?
I might have, but I don't know.
Supernatural was a show. Whoops. I thought it was. Maybe I'm thinking about it. Yeah, there was some sort of book that had a similar name.
Okay, let's look. Yeah, so number one fan fiction right now is a Harry Potter one. Harry Potter, Harry Potter, Harry Potter. I have read like 3 of the top 5. And then My Hero Academia. And I will never read this one, so I'm not even going to bring it up. Oh, The Auction. Yeah, more My Hero Academia. Yep, so Harry Potter, My Hero Academia, and Marvel, I think, are the top 3.
Interesting. Okay. Cool.
Yep, and my goal for this year is if I finish if I get to 149 books, my 150th book for this year will be the number one fan fiction. So,
is it literally called the number one fan fiction, or it's the number
no,
one fan fiction according to a website?
It's the number one fan fiction on the main fan fiction website, AO3. It has the hits, so like how many people have like read it / downloaded it is 16 million.
What universe is it in?
At Harry Potter. And the next one down, which is Manacled, which is the other one that I brought up, that one's only at 9 million, 9.8 million. And this one's 16.0 million. So yeah, there's like a huge jump between spot 1 and spot 2. So
No kidding.
yeah. Yep. So, but apparently it's pretty devastating. So I'm not looking forward to reading it. But like also am at the same time. So yeah.
Wait, what if there's Bionicle fanfic?
There is for sure.
Oh
and it's
my
probably
God.
not safe for work too.
What? No. I mean, cool, but like, I don't. Okay, I don't want to read Bionicle fanfic about Bionicles getting it on. I just want more Bionicle lore.
I will double check for you.
Anyway, Bree, we should have a post show where I browse AO3 for the first time on my own, and you walk me through it.
Okay, I'm looking right now. Bionicle.
Anyway, Sam, Bree's looking up Bionicle fanfic and seeing if it's safe for work or not.
Sick.
Okay. Well, moving on, I guess. While Bree looks that up. This was a pretty.
Oh God.
As we're in unprecedented times, this is a pretty historic week for PlayStation, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. What's this one? Oh, yep. Yep. Okay. It's a Bionicle Harry Potter fan fiction, of course.
What? Okay. Anyway, Sam, we need to have a AWCUI with all the Bionicle movies. Okay.
I'm not entirely against it.
I'll take that. Yeah, Gadunka. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get into these stories starting now. There was so this past week was the Game Awards. We saw it. I saw some of it. You guys stayed for the whole show. And what? Overall, pretty mid.
I was just talking to my brother about this, and I think that every year the Game Awards happen, I feel like they take away the wrong thing from, like, it's like the wrong lesson learned every year. So like 2 years ago, we get some, I'm not going to say any names, we get some long speeches. And so they severely overcorrect the next year by, as soon as somebody talks, they're like, hey, thanks, thank you so much for this award. And then music starts playing. So they like wildly overcorrect. And then this year, I feel like they were like, hey, you know what? We should just put a bunch of ads. That sounds like a really good idea. And I don't know, like it just felt like everybody was like, oh yeah, well, this game is obviously to fund the Game Awards. And it felt like what everybody was saying for every single freaking trailer. And I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Like, I just feel like every time they're like, oh, it's too long. Oh, it's too short. People are talking too much. People aren't talking enough. Like, it feels like they're just taking the wrong thing from it every single time. And I'm mildly irritated.
Fair enough. Sam, what'd you think of the Jeff Awards?
I'm clearly probably going to say something contentious then, because I think that not only was this by far the best Game Awards thus far, it was a 10. Because realistically, I think in contrast to what Bree just said, they solved almost every problem from prior years. Nobody got forced to wrap up their speech too early. There were way fewer
I do appreciate
mobile
that.
ads. Way fewer mobile ads. There weren't.
All right.
We're doing our best here, folks. There we go.
Yay. There weren't what, Sam? No, I can't. Now you're here. Okay, I can hear you. Nope. Okay, Sam liked the Game Awards, guys. I think this is the takeaway.
See,
And
this
Hideo
is so
Kojima
funny.
and Jeff did not make out on stage, unfortunately.
You know what's so funny is that, like, now I can just pretend that, like, Sam is running away from our fight, our debate of, like, whether the Game Awards are good or not.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, scary. I'm scared.
Oh no, Top Center wants to kill me mode. Ow,
Yep.
ow, ow. Anyway.
How many Sams do we need in one recording?
Sam,
We'll just have like 5 versions of Sam.
Yeah, Sam liked the Game Awards. And cool. Anyway,
I did think there were some really, really cool announcements. I have to be honest. It just felt like the award show went on for a very long time.
Because there were 30 awards.
That's true. But there were also 10,000 trailers. I don't know. I am kind of caught.
No, Sam, come back. Wait. Sam, I love you. Wait.
Huh. If it's his phone, too. There we go. Fine.
Sam, if your phone's screwing up, too, something tells me it's your internet.
It's not my phone screwing up. Don't worry.
Oh, you're underwater. Okay.
Don't worry. Excellent.
Hey, Sam, you're sounding a little underwater right now. Okay.
He just wants to listen to us talk, so he can't reply.
Anyway, other than the Game Awards this past week, PlayStation Wrapped came out. Please be excited. I figured we would go around and share what our Wrapped look like in terms of there's a lot of slides if you but you can look at your final slide that gives you the summary. Is what we could go through all that together. I think mine will be funny.
I don't think I took a screenshot of mine. Hold on.
I'm just bringing it up from the link in the show notes. So if you go to your last slide of the 2024 wrap up.
I'm going.
Or I guess it's yeah.
Last one or second to last or third to last or fourth to last?
Well, I guess we could go through all of them.
I'm just kidding. We could just do the last thing. So I'll start off with a hot 6 hours of multiplayer. Very exciting.
Oh, yeah. I had 0 multiplayer hours.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, I played Helldivers 2 for 18 hours, but I did it on PC. So I'm counting it.
It doesn't count, but that's okay.
Why?
Because it's not on your Wrapped.
I'm wrapped. But my PC is a PlayStation. It is an Xbox.
Sam,
Hi, buddy. And there's crossplay in Helldivers. I'm calling that.
what's your multiplayer hours, if you can tell us?
He's muted. Sam is hitting his phone with his forehead. Okay.
Enjoying this. I'm really,
How many hours
I do
played?
feel bad, but
Yeah. How many hours played did you have?
my hours played for this year. Hold on, let's see if we can get Sam.
Okay, if this doesn't work, I quit.
All
It
right, you
worked.
got
I
it.
can hear you. Multiplayer hours, Sam.
Yeah, see, that would be great, but I don't currently have internet working to be able to check my wrap up. So I can hang on.
Okay. Let's see. How many hours played did you have this year? For the
So
Wrapped?
my hours played right now are 229.
Dang. Is a lot of that Elden Ring and Stellar boob or butt?
Yes. Elden Ring is going to be definitely my top played game of the year.
Nice.
Sam? You
So,
back?
Sam,
Yeah.
Sam had over 2,000. How many hours did you have on your Wrap, Sam?
I wish I could find a way to look.
Actually, I
You're
think
fine.
I think you had it screenshotted in chat, one of our chats.
Yeah, it was like north of 2,000 hours. Yeah.
So let me bring it up in our No Limits chat. Sam had
At least 100 of that is him not actually playing, right?
Tim had
More than
2,452. 97 games played, 733 PlayStations. Yeah, over 2,450 hours.
Nice.
Yep,
How do you feel
that's-
about that?
Comes with a job.
That's the thing, a traditional 40-hour week job is 2,000 hours, 2,080 hours a year. Subtract that from 2,452. That implies every hour you played was the only time you were working for IGM, and that's not true. You were also doing a lot of writing for guides and stuff. But anyway, that would also imply that Sam only had around 400 hours of time outside of coverage for IGN, which I feel like is too low. And also a lot of your coverage time for IGN was time you actually were spending playing the set game anyway, enjoying it or trying to enjoy it in some way, right? Like you still have thoughts about games you played even there for IGN.
He actually
Sure.
doesn't have thoughts. No thoughts. Head empty.
You know, there's some people that don't have internal monologues.
I do know that there are some people that exist like that, and it does freak me out.
Wow. Okay.
It also freaks me out that people see different things in their head, like visually.
Some people call it, what is it, aphantasia, where they cannot visualize things in their head.
Yeah. And it's like also like how clearly you can see stuff. So like if you can see stuff in 3D, if it's in color, stuff like that.
I can see stuff in 3D and in color.
Sam?
Yeah, I can see stuff in 3D and in color.
In your mind.
In your brain.
Yeah,
It's not
I
a
can
trick question.
I can visualize 3D colored objects in my head. Yes.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I appreciate that because it does freak me out that some people, I do know some people that actually don't. They either like can't see anything at all in their head or like they only see like simple shapes and stuff like that. It freaks me out.
Dang. Yeah, anyway, I had 12 hours played this year on PS5. Do I get a...
Sam,
Do
I did better. Look, I had 229. Do I get something for this? You guys always make fun of me for not finishing stuff, but it's something.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine.
I'll play more this year. This year, okay, predictions for 2024. How many hours is Taylor going to play on PlayStation? I'm going to
Well,
say...
there's not much of 2024 left, so probably not that much.
2020, 2025. I'm going to say 100.
3. I'm going to say 3.
100 between Ghost of Yote, Death Stranding, Horizon,
That sounds incredibly optimistic, Taylor.
Oh, Can't say that.
I'm going to say you cap out maybe 85.
Just because you said that, I'm going to play all the Mass Effect trilogy on PlayStation.
See, I'm reverse psychology him. No, that's what I'm doing.
No.
Well, that's why I said 3.
I did buy Legendary Edition on PlayStation for $6, even though I already had it on PC because I'm like $6.
Of course. Why would you not?
Taylor,
Anyway.
to answer your earlier question, it was 79 hours for Elden Ring, 43 hours on Stellar Blade, 34 hours on Death Stranding, Building Roads, 19 hours on Silent Hill 2, and 19 hours on Astrobot.
Did you beat Death Stranding this year?
I did not beat it, no. That's a silly question.
Okay, I'm going to go play Death Stranding. But this is the
You're
thing.
going to get stuck building roads.
Guys, I don't know when Ghost is releasing relative to Death Stranding. Like, because if it's releasing a lot sooner, then I'm going to play Ghost first.
It's
for
going to be
Iki-
releasing in like May
For Iki Island.
ish.
Well, that's
My guess is
speculation.
that Death Stranding 2 is probably going to release towards the end of the year, and Yote is going to release in the middle of the year.
This is my
That's my
speculation as
thoughts.
well. Yeah.
Sam, do you have different thoughts?
I have no idea. I mean, logic would dictate that Death Stranding 2 should be out first because it was shown multiple years prior, but Kojima will Kojima, and PlayStation's internal studios have said that they want a much narrower window between initial reveal and release. So if I had to bet money, I would probably say that Yote comes first as well.
Okay.
Death Stranding has like full vibes anyway, so
It does.
Death Stranding has what
I
vibes?
can see that working.
Fall vibes, yeah.
Yeah.
I can see it having summer vibes. It's called On the Beach, guys.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Taylor, I hate to break it to you. The beach in reference is not a fun one.
It's not a summer vacation. Okay.
Right, not.
The heck, Luna. No kisses for me. Also for trophies, I'm at 179. 0 platinums, but 179 trophies. And then 18 games played.
I'm at 36 trophies. 6 games played.
Sam's at 0 trophies.
That's
Wait,
right.
wait, what were our platinum predictions? Bree, do you have this saved?
If I do, I would have messaged it to you guys. I don't. Oh, it would have been in the show notes from.
Yeah, because Sam actually revealed the number. Sam, you got what, like?
It was 53, I think. So if you wrote it down.
Bree predicted 42 because she said that's the answer to everything, and
yeah.
Taylor said 60.
I'm closer.
So by Price is Right rules, I win.
No, I'm not. Yes, I am.
You are
I'm
closer,
closer.
but by Price is Right rules, I win.
In Price is Right rules, you cannot predict above. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we didn't declare that at the time.
Just kidding. Sam, what did you guess?
I went higher than both of you, so
Oh, okay.
So you guys owe me an orange cream soda.
Gross.
What?
I'll give you an orange cream soda, Taylor.
Why is it orange?
Because it's orange cream soda.
Yeah.
Ew.
Sam, you ever had orange cream soda?
No.
Is this a US thing? Am I stupid?
Yeah.
I do like the orange creamsicle, whatever shake.
It's the same thing, just liquid form.
I know. And I here's the thing. I do enjoy orange soda, but right now Fanta is on the boycott list, so
It's not Fanta. Storts. Bree, we should have done it when we're in upstate New York. That is the place where they make orange cream soda.
No idea what you're talking about. So.
Storts gas station when we're going through upstate New York.
Yeah, I don't remember that place.
Sam, when you're in Extra Life next year, we'll take you there.
That's an incredibly optimistic statement.
You're coming to Extra Life next year.
We're kidnapping you.
After I visit
Good
you,
luck.
and by the way, Sam, I'll be DMing you about plans for visiting you because it's going to happen, and I'm going to nail down dates with you, and we're going to go to a pub, and you're going to show me around Bristol, and it's going to be great.
Okay, there.
What? Please?
Please. Yeah,
And-
I mean, just let me know, man.
All right,
I'm
sweet.
around.
Anyway, who wants to talk about the PS Plus December catalog updates for this month, coming December 17th, which is
I
at the time
can.
of recording when you're hearing this, probably.
I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
So the PS Plus December catalog updates have been announced, coming December 17th. So Sonic Frontiers coming to PS5 and PS4, Forspoken PS5, Rabbids Party of Legends PS4, WRC Generations for PS5 and 4, Fist Forged in Shadow Torch for PS5 and PS4, Jurassic World Evolution 2 for PS5 and 4, Coffee Talk for both, Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly for both, Space for the Unbound for both, Fogs for PS4, Biped for both, and Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge for PSVR 2, the console nobody has.
I think this is an okay list. Coffee Talk is the highlight.
Yeah. If Ethan was here, he would tell you to play Coffee Talk.
I didn't know it got a console port. That's pretty cool.
I didn't know either. I do need to play that game. I did buy the first one, and it's downloaded on my PC. Just got to actually be played.
Yeah, I might get on Undertale for $2.50 and also download that because I think of small indie games that are notable that I haven't played.
Okay. Sam, how do you feel about this list?
Pretty underwhelmed, honestly, for what is their 30th anniversary month. I feel like the implication was, especially with like the premium classics titles, you know, they did Sly 2 and 3 and Jack and Daxter, and it's sort of like the implication was that was the beginning or like the first few, but it seems like that actually is the only classics we're getting this month.
It was
clearly.
actually the end.
And then like technically the headliners of this month are Sonic Frontiers and Forspoken, both of which are pretty bad games. So yeah, like the more indie stuff like Coffee Talk Episode 2, that's cool. Obviously I'm gonna be excited to check out the VR Star Wars game. That'd be cool. I have heard it's got a stupid name, but I have heard good things about Fist Forged in Shadow Torch. Like apparently it's like a Metroidvania.
Yeah, I've heard excellent things as well.
So that's probably going to be something I check out as well. But yeah, overall it seems just a bit. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but I think I was expecting more than this, or better than this, should I say?
I will say, I hope that someday that like somebody makes like a team makes Forspoken, but like without the crazy elements in it that kind of made it not good. Because I feel like the magic system had a really cool potential from the little I played.
Yep.
And it could have been so good, and it just didn't land.
Yep.
Bummer.
Yep.
All right, next, Taylor.
Yes.
Did you want to read the next one, or do you want me to read it again?
I can read it.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't want to stress Sam out with having to try to read.
No. So Lego Horizon, like Lego Horizon Adventures, could be coming to Xbox in the coming months, as reported by Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming. Tom reported that aired media outlet Just Play It claims that Lego Horizon could arrive on Xbox in the coming months. This would be consistent with the recent changes we've seen in terms of would-be exclusives going multi-platform, as we've seen with Indiana Jones going PS5. Outer Worlds 2 is going to be, I guess, no, that's not a good example. And what other notable games went multi-plat on Xbox that I'm forgetting?
Like,
as of recent, Indiana Jones. Anyway,
Yeah,
like-
like Doom is day and
Oh,
date.
Doom Eternal, the Dark Ages, right? So it's consistent with recent behavior like that we've seen, and also with Helldivers 2 releasing day and date with PC, for example. That sort of push.
Well, I will say that like PlayStation stuff going to Xbox is a little different from Xbox stuff going to PlayStation.
Indeed.
It's the
And the
exact same.
examples that you were giving were Xbox stuff coming to PlayStation, and Lego going to Xbox would be
Well, Death Stranding
different.
going to Xbox finally, but that's because he bought the rights to it. Kojima bought the rights and then put it on Xbox. Never mind.
So,
Yeah. Very. I struggle to see it, honestly. I don't know why they would.
I just feel like
'Cause
there's not
again-
really an audience for it.
There's an audience. Kids are everywhere.
Yeah, but it's going to be an audience that can't access any other Horizon content,
It's okay.
which might not be a make or break thing, but it's just a weird move. I don't know, because it's via a second party, because Studio Gobo made the game, not Guerrilla, but like, because in a way you could argue it gives the vibes of like Xbox porting like Sea of Thieves or Hi-Fi Rush, where like it was a big deal on the platform to an extent, but not the biggest of deals, and therefore it going across wouldn't be the biggest of deals, but tangentially it being linked to the Horizon IP, which is a big deal, is confusing. But then there's gears in the works of like, is this a Lego thing that they're asking? Maybe because sales weren't great that they are now asking to have it on Xbox. But I would have thought that PlayStation and Guerrilla would have more authority over that because it's their IP that's being utilized.
Yeah, I really don't think that this makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. No, I'm with you.
So,
I mean, if it happens, it happens. But like, I just don't see why it would happen.
yeah. Next one.
Okay.
Unless we have way more feelings about Lego. I mean,
Nope. Sam just likes to dunk on everything. All right. It's fine.
that's also true.
What, Sam?
Nothing. I'm looking.
All right,
He's
Sam.
just staring into your eyes, Taylor.
All right.
Astrobot's festive celebration level is live with several new guest bots to discover. It is only available if you've completed the main game. So keep an eye out for a festive comet shooting across the sky in the galaxy map.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll play Astrobot one next year.
Will you?
So many games.
That's a really big statement.
But I need. What if I could play all those games if I just stopped doom scrolling on my phone?
You could.
I think that's a solution. You want to know how much hours screen time on my phone I averaged last week?
How many?
4.
That's not that bad.
That's not a lot of doom scrolling, Taylor.
That sounds like a lot to me.
Let me look at mine. Screen time. No, not this week. To be fair, I also read on my phone, so
Oh, well, that muddies the waters, doesn't it?
it does.
It doesn't count. Then.
So my average last week was 10 hours.
And how many hours did you read a day thereabouts?
Let's see. Oh, it counts YouTube as well. I leave YouTube
counts.
on. Like while I work and stuff. So I spent 16 hours on YouTube, 12 hours on books. I spent 5 hours on Instagram, 5 hours on TikTok.
Oh.
So
Okay.
10 hours on social media total.
I guess I'm low. Then how do I still not play enough games, guys? There's something not adding up here. Maybe I just don't play as much games, guys. But I need to play. Anyway, enough about Taylor's existential gaming backlog scheduling issue. Okay. I will get to this level. Ow, 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 ow. Scott, Toph just grab my hand. Oh, God.
Scott? What? Is Ant-Man in the room with you?
No. I swear. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But, yeah, I swear. Ow. Yeah, Astrobot. Sam loved it. You liked this level a lot, didn't you, Sam?
Yeah, I did. Just so you know, like, I know you're trying to segue away from what just happened, but that is probably going to haunt my thoughts for the next few days of why that just happened.
Scott?
Do you think? Wait, Sam. Do you think there's somebody in the room with him?
I know no one named Scott. I swear to God. Put the
Taylor?
gun down. Okay.
Taylor, blink once if you're not safe. You blinked.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Put the bat down. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh my God.
I'm fine. Yeah. Please don't rip up my social security card. Don't. What? Everything's okay.
What just happened, you guys? All right.
Oh, that's clippable. So what are we about? That was about 102, 103-ish, 104-ish. Yeah.
I'm not gonna remember, so
I'll remember. Anyway, getting back into the Game Awards. Maybe I should have saved that for this part of the news when I said, what do you guys think of the Game Awards earlier? But, is what it is. So, PlayStation won a lot of stuff. Helldivers 2, I think, surprised me walking away with Best Multiplayer Game and it surprised me when I walked away with Best Ongoing Game. And Best Multiplayer Game. Wasn't Call of Duty nominated for Best Multiplayer Game and it lost?
Yep.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think if I didn't already say it, Astrobot. Yeah, no, I didn't say it yet. Astrobot won Best Family Game, Action Adventure Game, Game Direction, and Game of the Year. Small comment on Helldivers. I did jump back in on Friday with the intent of playing around, but I didn't. I played like 2 minutes of a round because I dropped into a mission that ended at the 43. That started for me at the 43-minute mark. But the new guns look awesome. I missed a ton of war bonds, and I'm excited to jump back in. There's vehicles now, like cars or Hummers, Warthogs, whatever you want to call it. All right, and there's a turret on the back.
there's
Yeah.
okay.
We have to jump in, Sam.
Taylor, I'm waiting for that thing. That thing. When that thing happens.
Is Scott with you now?
What? No, when that thing happens.
Relating to Helldivers, Taylor. You know what I'm talking about.
The controller?
No.
The new species?
That already came. No, that's already in.
Yes.
I thought it wasn't.
No, the Illuminate are in the game now. Right now. They were in the game as of Friday night or Thursday night. Sorry.
Are they related to the Illuminati?
Not even slightly.
No, they have light. They're more like an alien race that just kind of sucks and is supernatural in many ways.
They might.
Like
Sam
sucks
is-
is in like a vacuum? Or like sucks as in they aren't cool.
They are the most difficult enemy type. And also the new and the Helldivers update has you fighting them in abandoned city streets rather than large country and desert biomes. So there's that dense aspect of fighting that wasn't so common with the other factions. But Sam said he's waiting for that thing, and I still don't.
I shared a little tease of it.
Oh, wait. That relates to Helldivers?
Taylor, you must have clocked on to what was happening there. I thought you did, because I sent a picture and then I sent a GIF from Helldivers of one of the Terminids.
I saw that. I didn't
Dots.
realize that collaborate. I didn't. I shouldn't say anything.
Oh, the thing where I got confused. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
I'm clocked in now.
So I saw that. I saw that
Yeah.
GIF, and I just interpreted that as you like typing the T on your phone. I didn't make the connection, but now I get it fully. I thought you were saying there was a new game in that first Images series.
Oh, I wish.
That's what I thought you were
That's
saying.
also
Sam.
what I
and I
thought
thought
you were saying.
you were saying you had insider info that would suggest that, and I'm like, what?
But
No. So what you're
unfortunately not.
saying is a collaboration. Wait.
Yeah.
How? We're gonna.
So there really isn't ever a new game coming.
So, but Sam said it's not a matter of if, but when.
Yes.
Is
Cool.
it that we would be fighting them, or they would be on our side?
That's an interesting question. I would assume
Or are we fighting them?
to put the bar low. I would assume maybe it's a war bond
Oh, or a skin.
where you get armor, and like cosmetics for like the mechs and the cars, guns, and
Right.
everything. I think that is probably the most realistic thing. I think there is a chance though that if that kind of thing, if that is what it is, if that does well, further expansion in the collaboration, I think is totally ripe for experimentation. Because if they make them an enemy faction, wouldn't be like crazy unique, but just as like a human faction, so to speak, in the game that you're fighting, I'd be up for it.
That'll be wild.
Yep.
Anyway, and going back to the awards, PlayStation 1, right? Astrobot sweeped, and again, family game, action, adventure, game direction, and game of the year. One game of the year.
Hell
Little
yeah.
Astrobot with a budget of, is it public information? Astrobot budget.
Pretty low, I think, realistically.
So they had 60 developers total.
Yeah.
And doesn't seem like the budget info is readily available. Oh, because their estimation that the budget was 50 to 75 million, which is low compared to blockbuster PlayStation games such as Spider-Man, Horizon, Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm.
Demon's Souls.
Yep.
Well, I should say Demon's Souls, but yeah, probably Elden Ring, right? Even though it's third party. Yeah.
Unbridled success, I would say.
And I'll play it. I played the first game in the franchise, Astro's Playroom.
I mean, that's just categorically incorrect because that's not the first game in the franchise, but
I did not play Rescue Mission.
that also was not the first game in the franchise, but that's okay.
It's the first game in the franchise. Is it on Vita?
No, because Astrobot was technically introduced in the Playroom VR for PS4.
Oh my god. No one cares, dude.
Hate to call you out like that, Taylor, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah. Well,
But yeah, I mean, we've said it before, but I think that Astrobot just in and of itself has propelled, especially with these wins now, propelled Team Asobi to like S tier.
Wait, Sam, you're wrong. The Playroom was the first game in the franchise, released in 2013 as an AR game utilizing the PlayStation camera and the DualShock 4 controller.
That's what I said.
I thought you meant for VR. I thought you said the Playroom VR.
Did I? That was a slip. I said
Right.
I might have added on the end of that. So
All right, I'm telling Scott.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What is happening? I'm scared.
Yeah, but I know it's technically not their first game because Asobi did exist in some fashion underneath Japan Studio, but for Team Asobi, officially their first game to win Game of the Year. I mean, you can't ask for better than that, I don't think. So, yeah, I think they're S tier. I think that they will get whatever they want and need from Sony going forwards if they have any sense in their heads whatsoever. Yeah, Yeah, very exciting. Particularly because Team Asobi said that they called the game Astrobot because it marked a new beginning for the IP. So this is only the beginning, and it won Game of the Year. So
They already have finished the second game. I'm just kidding.
could you surprise?
I mean,
Uh,
with how the game kind of feels like it just appeared and it was already like perfectly polished, it does kind of feel like that, like they'll just have the second one ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I guess this goes back into what I was saying earlier at the beginning before, whilst I was dropping out all the time. Like, I do think that the Game Awards was the best one that they've done. And I think it was a 10. I started saying it like it's everybody got their time to speak. There weren't tons of celebrity cameos and massive speeches from those celebrities. Sven gave probably one of the best speeches I've ever heard from the gaming industry in the lead up to the Game of the Year. Taking the industry to task, and then for Astrobot to win in a year that has been incredibly tumultuous for the industry in general, I think there is no stronger message that could be sent as a 1-2 punch of Sven delivering that speech, and then a game that was a smaller budget made by a smaller team that isn't about massive production value but is still excellent and Game of the Year worthy. I think that it's exactly what was needed. I don't think there were tons of what we would say are like shitty mobile ads in the awards ceremony. I think that subjectively, of course, your take on what excited you reveal wise will differ, but objectively from an industry standpoint, I think that tons of IP being rejuvenated, Naughty Dog obviously closing the show, I think CD Projekt Red returning to form, all of that stuff, Capcom showing up in full force. I don't know that you can ask for much better. Like, there's no doubt that I could say I would have loved to see a couple more like PlayStation first party announcements or a big Nintendo thing. That would be cool, but that's not really what the Game Awards is, and it's never been that. So I think for what the Game Awards is, it's by far the best, and I don't know really how you could improve it outside of maybe, but this would extend the length of the show, hosting a few more of the actual awards and letting a few more of the developers therefore come up on stage and deliver a speech. The balance might not be struck perfectly, but I think this is the closest to perfect it's been thus far. That's my ramble, and I know I probably stand alone in that opinion, but
I mean, the thing is I thought that the Game Awards had some really great moments, like you were saying, like the speech right before the Game of the Year. I think that like there were some really cool reveals during the show. I think that they handled like the more major awards with care. They sped through some of the other ones that, not that they didn't matter, but like they just didn't need like a full moment like some of the other awards did. I really appreciate that they didn't try to cut people off and kick them off stage. That was incredibly rude last year, like, and very disrespectful. And so I'm glad that they didn't do that. So I do think that there were definitely some wins. I do also think that there were some trailers that just honestly didn't work for me. Whether it was like a game I just didn't care about, or like the trailer was 10,000 years long, or whatever it was. It just felt like for most of the award show, I wasn't even like, a lot of it felt like, okay, this could have been an email. Like, I don't need to be here for this kind of thing. Like, so partially also on me for just being on camera for that, but I was just like, I don't need to be here for this. So yeah, I think it was a mixed bag for me, but I do think that there were some good moments as well.
yeah.
I will say, I know we've got the list here of like some cool announcements. I have some beef with Sam that he was like, well, it's subjective. Who's not excited about Okami 2? Who is not excited about this? Taylor, don't say it.
No, what? I thought Okami 2 looked awesome, and I didn't play Okami 1.
We didn't even get to see the game, and I was already ready to cry. Like,
This is the thing when Kevin was like, show me gameplay of Intergalactic, then I'll be excited. I'm like, come on, guys, you can get excited about the vibe of a game off of a CGI trailer.
I'm pretty sure they're excited about Fable. You know what I mean?
Well, because that's an established franchise. That's the excuse there.
Made by a different team
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
that hasn't proven themselves in third-person action adventure,
Mm-hmm.
and has only done racing games thus far.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fair point.
So, you know,
Racing games historically have a lot of story in them.
they're pretty excited about Blade, aren't they?
I'm excited
All
about
that
Blade
gameplay we've seen of Blade.
because people know what they're already established IPs. I think that's why.
Yeah, but isn't that sort of like saying that Naughty Dog's proven themselves in terms of gameplay before, over and over and over again?
Yeah, but Kevin doesn't like Last of Us.
That seems like a Kevin problem. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I thought it looked awesome, the trailer from Intergalactic.
I know.
In my Porsche spaceship. I thought the product placement, and yeah, maybe we should just go into it right now. Intergalactic was revealed, Naughty Dog's new project, and it's been in development since 2020, right? And we saw a trailer. This is their new IP, the fifth in the company's history. So what Naughty Dog has had: Crash Bandicoot, The Last of Us, Uncharted, Jak and Daxter, and now Intergalactic, right? It's a retro-futuristic sci-fi third-person action game. It's directed by Neil Druckmann and will feature an original score from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. You know what other stuff they've made?
It's 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, it's 9 Inch Nails. That's awesome.
If you
right.
haven't listened to the Challengers soundtrack, film about tennis, it's got one of the dopest soundtracks in recent years.
All right.
Please listen to it.
I can't watch that movie. It stresses me out.
It's called The Challengers.
No, just Challengers.
Everybody's talking about how good it was, and I said, I can't.
Oh.
Bree hates tennis, confirmed.
MGM
It
Plus.
has nothing to do with tennis and everything to do with stress.
Anyway, the Intergalactic takes inspiration from 1988 anime film Akira and the 1990s series Cowboy Bebop.
Sick.
And its story centers on a fictitious religion and what happens when you put your faith in different institutions. Naughty Dog has had a series of layoffs over the past 2 years and underwent a restructuring that Druckmann said would ensure the company could operate as an, quote, IP powerhouse. And Neil said, quote, it's really hard to work on these things in secret and silence for so many years. And then to see our fans go on social media and say, enough with the remasters and remakes. Where are your new games and new IPs? Fair enough. But yeah, so the trailer for Intergalactic, we saw, right, the main character. Sorry, I forget the actress. Did they reveal her name yet?
Yeah,
in the game?
Tati Gabriel is the actor.
Right, so Tati Gabriel is the actor. We don't know the character's name yet, do we?
Jordan Munn.
Oh, Jordan. Okay, so we follow the main character, Jordan, on a Porsche spaceship, putting in coordinates in an 80s-inspired retro futuristic style with some Sony equipment on board, branded Sony equipment, drinking a Dr. Pepper, right? So there's some
But
That's
it
another
wasn't
thing.
a Dr. Pepper.
huh?
It wasn't a branded drink.
Oh, it wasn't a branded drink. Anyway,
No.
and then her blasting off to a planet, landing on it, and then jumping into battle with a red sword that looked kind of similar to Cloud's sword if it was red and had a beam on it.
Well, it looks like a
Or a
sound
blade.
equalizer.
Really?
Like if you look at the red of the blade, it is
Mm-hmm.
actually individual bars, as if like on a sound equalizer.
Like
So
on a
I do
mixing board?
wonder whether music, in
Interesting.
some way, is more like thematically tied than we
Yeah.
might think. Particularly with them like noting who the soundtrack is by
Hmm.
at the reveal. I think that there might be something to that. Focusing
Gotcha.
on the needle drop of Pet Shop Boys. I don't know.
I want to be very
You're
clear.
right,
I'm
Sam.
very excited about this game.
It looks like a
Very
soundbar.
unclear what it is.
It's a third-person action game
That tells me pretty much nothing.
that you fight
Okay, so
monsters with your sound blade.
would you like some tea?
I love tea.
Oh wait, Sam, it does look very much like an EQ board. Just look at the screenshot now. Anyway, go ahead.
So you'll know this, Bree. You've seen it. Grounded Part 2, the documentary making of for The Last of Us Part 2. Neil Druckmann noted that he and the team at Naughty Dog were heavily inspired by Bloodborne.
Interesting.
Which influenced some of their decisions. Like, for example, initially The Last of Us Part 2 was going to be entirely melee focused until they shifted away from that idea. So that's just a, put a pin in that one. Then a few months back, just casually perusing the internet as I do on a daily basis.
Yes.
Came across the Min Max podcast. Ben Hansen, classic bloke, love him. He said on the record during the recording that he had spoken to a couple of people at Naughty Dog about their upcoming game, which obviously we did not know about at the time, and said that the game was compared to another game, and that the game that it was compared to was heavily focused on player freedom. So, could you connect the dots and say maybe it was, again, in reference to Bloodborne? Maybe, but also, is there tons of player freedom in Bloodborne? Maybe, maybe not. You could argue either way. What does have tons of player freedom is Elden Ring. Now, what I will say on top of this is that if you look at the trajectory of Naughty Dog games, their past few releases, what have you seen an increasing focus on?
They've
not necessarily for the entirety of the game.
They've been opening the games for sure.
Indeed. For example, Uncharted 4, you had the Madagascar level with the Jeep, relatively self-contained.
Haven't played that game.
And then Last of Us Part 2, you have Seattle, which you can explore on horseback, a bit more open, lots of verticality, lots of different levels. So I'm not saying that Intergalactic is an open world Souls-esque game from Naughty Dog with their level of storytelling, but I am also telling you that that is a very high probability of what it is.
Interesting. Yeah.
Is any of this guaranteed? No.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how much, like, it's not that I don't believe that. It's more like that it sounds too good to be true kind of thing. Where it's like I love Souls games a lot, and the idea of like a space Bloodborne made by Naughty Dog is really intriguing to me. But I also I guess I also worry that because Souls-like games is a very, very specific subset of skills. And I worry that Naughty Dog doesn't have those people there.
Sure.
Specifically mechanics-wise. I don't know. Just thoughts that came in my head as you were talking about that I worry. And I also trust Naughty Dog. So I trust them to do what is best.
I think it is valid concerns. I would say that with that in mind of like the things I've laid out, if you go back and watch particularly the little end stinger where she goes to fight that robot, if you view that from the perspective of a Souls boss or a bigger Souls enemy. It looks very on brand for what you would expect. Obviously, a bit more flashier. She sort of leaps off of the rock and does an aerial swing the sword down thing. But and I'm not saying it's going to that I would expect it to be on the scale and openness of Elden Ring, for example. But I think that if it's not specifically a Souls-like, which I don't necessarily expect it to be, but if it isn't specifically a Souls-like, I expect it to be heavily, 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 heavily influenced by Souls-likes.
I think I would be okay with it being more in the line, like, not that I wouldn't be okay with it being a Souls-like game, but I do think I'd be okay with it being somewhere in line with like a Stellar Blade, like combat-wise, and the way that that kind of maps to like Souls games, where it's like it's not a true Souls game, but you can definitely tell that it's pulling from Souls games. I think I'd also be okay with something like that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see in like 5 years.
You think it's that far out?
No, but I just don't want to think because it's not coming out next year for sure.
I'm going to stake my flag early. I'm going to say this is early 2026.
That's what I said. And then another Discord said, I don't know. I'm like, fine, 2027 if you want to be really safe. But I think 2026 is realistic.
Because Naughty Dogs have said themselves that they don't want to announce games years out anymore. And the track record we've seen from PlayStation so far over the past year is considerably shorter announcement to release windows.
Do we think there's a chance that this will fit into the fall slot
of
2025?
No.
I'm not going to discredit that. I think it's unlikely. But if we do go off of, even not that there's a full pattern yet, but if we go off of even just the last few recent announcements from PlayStation Studios, it's not outside the realm of possibility, because if they've been working on it since 2020 in some capacity, late next year would be 5 years, which is essentially what it was between Last of Us 1 and 2. And obviously there was Uncharted games in between that, I know that. But there are multiple teams in Naughty Dog. So, I don't know. I think there's a chance. Because Astrobot had 3 months between its announcement and release. And Yote is ostensibly going to have 12 months at most between its announcement and release. So, yeah, I think
think I'll be upset if, like, I think I'd be okay with it slotting into early 2026. If it pushes out much further past that, as in, not as in it got delayed, gets pushed out, but as in, like, they just announced it too early, I think I'll be annoyed, because it's like, you, PlayStation, have been holding all of these games, not announcing them, not showing anything, not doing anything with all of these studios that they clearly have doing something. And you waited for like a full like year and a half, 2 years, not announcing basically anything. And now you tell us, and then it's not coming out for another 2 or 3 years. Like, then I'd be annoyed, right? Because it's like, you made us wait for so long, and then it's like you're announcing it just to make us wait again. I don't know. I think that's when I would be real irritated. Be like, just at this point, just freaking wait. But
agreed.
I guess we'll see.
I was really hoping the game would have space travel, but it doesn't seem like that's the case. I think the description
I'm
was
hoping it doesn't.
You landed on a planet, and the whole of the game happens on the planet you get stranded on.
I was gonna say that's what I hope the game is.
No, I like going. I would like to be going from planet to planet with very discrete events happening on each planet, but being able to go out into the solar system and just go to the other planet, operate my ship.
I don't like space travel. I don't like travel in general like that in games where you have like a hub that you have to keep going back to.
What I'm really saying is the ship was so cool, it'd be a shame if it crashes and it's not utilized after that.
I can't remember if I said this in the Discord or not. I think this is like, in a weird way, almost verging on like a negative way, quite close to Returnal.
Yeah.
In the sense that Selene crash lands on Atropos, and I can see the ship being used in much the same way it is in Returnal, which is not that much. It is a place you can return to and access a few different
You can Returnal
subsets of the
too.
game. I would assume that Housemarque isn't doing a Returnal 2 and is doing something else, because you got to be careful. You know, we're going from sad dad simulators, and you've now got Intergalactic. If Housemarque were to do a Returnal 2, you then also got Cory Barlog's game, which is seemingly sci-fi as well. So you got to be careful.
I'm here for it. Sci-fi is my preferred fiction setting. I prefer
Fantasy is
sci-fi
mine.
to high fantasy.
Well, they haven't done fantasy, but fantasy is mine. Naughty Dog hasn't done fantasy, at least.
And I think second on the list is feudal Japan, and then fantasy for me after that. But anyway.
I do think that I don't worry about it encroaching on Returnal. However, what I will say is I would love so much if there was a reference to Returnal in this game. That would make me so happy.
No doubt. Guarantee it.
Okay, let's make a bet on it.
Okay.
What's your bet?
That's not how this works.
Okay, fine. My bet is if there is not something referencing Returnal, then you have to come to Extra Life.
That could be in a few years.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're guaranteeing a year at some point.
I don't know if you're guaranteeing that.
Sure.
Okay.
You say so.
Sam? What happens if I lose?
You transfer all the money in your bank account to mine.
Okay.
No, then Bree has to play Mass Effect.
Oh God, no. I would rather do the money thing.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. So if you lose, you have to finish Outer Wilds.
Yes.
DLC. You have to finish Death Stranding, and you have to finish Last of Us Part 2, all three of those.
Okay. And on the off chance that I finish those before, I'm just free?
Then I will I'll think of another set that you have to finish.
Okay. Okay. The funny thing is that like all you guys would have to do is like just start scheduling, be like, hey Brianna, this is the game you have to play right now. That's like literally all it would take.
I don't like that. Toph's looking at me funny.
What about Scott?
How is Scott looking at you right now?
He's in my walls.
I can't. How do you get Toph and Scott? Like,
happens.
Does it? Sam, is this something that happens?
No.
What, man?
That was startling. Terrifying. Okay. Ugh.
Anyway, also worth calling out, Helldivers 2 has a limited edition DualSense up for pre-order on December 20th. Looks pretty solid, I think. Would I prefer the 30th anniversary edition? Yeah. Did I get the 30th anniversary edition? No. Because I'm a little weenie.
Yeah.
We all know.
Anyway, moving on, we have some listener questions for this episode. And Tom said outright, this is a question in jest. He says, should the main character of the new Naughty Dog game have hair? I think the main character does have hair. It's just
short.
Very stubby.
Literally buzz cutting it at the beginning of the trailer, right?
Yeah, so they have hair. It's just short.
Yeah.
It's not to say if they had alopecia, I wouldn't play it, because I still would.
Mm-hmm. Nathan Hale is bald.
He is. And
See, but men are
boys,
allowed to be bald.
but Nathan Hale is also not a very deep protagonist, is he? At least so far. Maybe, let's see, the game hasn't thrown me. There's a lot of cool things about Resistance 1. Nathan Hale himself, except for one important feature physiologically about him, is not that interesting.
Not yet.
Oh. Oh, God. What is going to happen?
Oh God.
Anyway, next Kyle asks, with the Stellar Blade devs making the rounds through PlayStation Studios, do you think there is something in the works between Sony and Shift Up?
Yes.
I don't know. Sure.
Yes.
Acquisition, new partnership. I don't know.
Yeah, he visited, as far as I can tell. I mean, yes, he definitely visited Insomniac, Santa Monica, and Naughty Dog. May have visited others that we don't know about yet. I'd be surprised if it's an acquisition, considering they seem to be focused on Kadokawa, but maybe they're just sort of blowing their proverbial acquisition load and sort of just lining up a number of things. Maybe. But I would assume it's probably just another partnership, and getting, even if it's just timed exclusivity on Stellar Blade 2, I would assume that's probably what they're doing, and just sharing some knowledge across the first party teams with him. You know, I think that's what's happening.
To me, it kind of feels like a look how cool it is at PlayStation.
Wouldn't you love to be a part of it and sell to us really cheap?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? Please.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what it feels like to me, at least. Silly.
Yeah. Kevin says, are you at all concerned we still have no idea what PlayStation is releasing next year? Kevin.
What are you talking about,
What
Kevin?
do you mean? We know it's Death Stranding 2 is coming. We know Ghost of Yotei is coming. Wolverine is a huge stretch. Possibly Spider-Man. Okay, sorry. Let's just say things that we know. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei.
Yep.
Anything else? First, third-party wise, Doom Eternal: The Dark Ages. But in terms of first-party or second-party partnerships, what else is coming this year? That's confirmed.
There's a number of like small indie things. Like, I mean, me and Bree are looking forward to Wanda Stop. That's console exclusive for PlayStation as well.
Yes.
There will inevitably be other second party and third party exclusives on bigger and smaller scales throughout the year. Not to this year's extent, I don't think, because they aren't going to need it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there's one more first party thing. Again, I've said a number of times, I've heard of one other thing that currently hasn't been shown for 2025 that is months old information at this point, so I'm not confident it's still the case, but if it is, it would make sense. So we'll see if something happens to get announced in like a February-March state of play in the similar vein to Astrobot, and then it's like it's out in September.
Well, when we're talking about like major PlayStation releases, I would say there's like typically like 4-ish time slots that it'll fall into, right? One for each season. I think we're too close to spring for there to be like a big first party release in that spring slot. So I don't think that something's happening there, but I think it's easy to slot Yotei into the summer slot, some mystery or maybe Naughty Dog's game into the fall slot, and then On the Beach into the winter slot. I think those are pretty easy like guesses. Although I could see On the Beach going into the fall slot and then something else being the third one. But there are 3 slots that there could potentially be something in
That's
this
where
next year.
Agreed.
So I guess we'll see.
Yep. I need to fix my setup and not have light striations in my face this
Why
time
not?
of year. It's a little tough. You know,
Is
I need to
it?
put my blackout curtains in.
Just close the blinds.
They are. This is the thing, Bree.
It seems like they might be closed the wrong way then.
It doesn't improve that much.
Are they closed up or closed down?
They are closed down.
You tried closing them up.
Well, I do that. You guys talk for a second. All right.
Okay.
Go to the next question.
Okay. Let me find the next question. Pause. Okay, we got a couple questions from Ty in the Discord. Do you think it was a missed opportunity for CD Projekt Red to focus on a new Witcher that players could create? As in like the character creation from Cyberpunk.
No, because I don't think that that's what The Witcher is about.
Well, so The Witcher is based on a book series, right? And it's not, the book series isn't as famous in the US. And from what I understand, a lot of places in the UK, it's not very famous either. There's like a very small subsect of countries where The Witcher is actually famous, like book wise. And so I don't think it makes sense I don't think it would have been a bad thing to have a character creation in The Witcher, but I think that it could have been interesting. I don't think it's needed because it's a book series. They're telling a story. They're being particular about the story that they want to tell, and I think that that's okay.
And The Witcher 3 very clearly sets Ciri up as like not only a forthcoming Witcher, but Geralt's successor. So
Hey, spoilers.
Yeah. How dare you?
I never
No,
played Witcher 3.
I
I'm
haven't
going.
either.
It's in my backlog, and I have it on
Okay.
Steam.
on site on top, is it on top of or below all the other games in the backlog, Taylor?
It's actually sideways from
So
them.
does on top of mean it would be later, not sooner?
Yeah.
No, on top of means it would be sooner.
Yeah.
So it's
Taylor,
below everything else.
Taylor, can I
Okay.
ask you how are those blinds going for you?
Bree, I had no idea it would work this well. It totally just changed the game.
It's so crazy that blinds work.
I always thought if you put them blinds the other direction, that was like the wrong way to do it.
Nope. It
My
just
parents
depends
never
on how much light you want to come in.
My parents never told me this.
Oh, now you know.
Just rotating the wand the other direction. And now I can see.
I guess I was your parent for the day.
Thanks, Scott.
I'm so scared. Somebody around me is randomly going to be like, "Hey, Scott, what's up?" And I'm going to be so scared. I'm like, "That's him!" Oh, he's coming for me.
Did you guys get through?
We only got through the first one from
Okay.
Ty.
There's a missed opportunity by Project Red to focus on a new witch that players could
That's what we were just talking about.
create.
Yeah,
How do
character
players create
creation.
Cyberpunk?
They created
that's great.
characters.
Oh, a Witcher that. Okay, yeah. Whatever. As long as they give a good narrative, I don't care.
Amen.
Intergalactic has been in development. This is the second question from Ty. Intergalactic has been in development for over 4 years. What are you most excited for from a development POV? Is it Naughty Dog's improvement in gameplay, next level cinematics, storytelling evolution, or all these even possible? I guess piggybacking off of what I said earlier. I think the gameplay and the world. Frankly, I want all the 80s futuristic, Back to the Future-esque lore, please.
Yeah, I think that if it is at all in the vein of like a Bloodborne, or draws more heavy influence from those kind of games than Naughty Dog has prior, then putting a Bloodborne or even just Souls like gameplay loop into a Naughty Dog level narrative is like god tier dream game in my perspective. So if they can marry that to any extent, then I think that is where you're going to see the sort of evolution of what Naughty Dog can do outside of just like setting and vibe and tone, which is obviously very clearly demonstrably different from what they've done as of late. So yeah.
Okay. I feel like I am weirdly hesitant about this game. I don't know why. I love Naughty Dog. I love their games. I trust them. And I think that this will be a good game. I still just feel like this weird, like almost like hesitance of like, I feel like something's like holding me back from being excited. I don't know. But yeah, I always look forward to storytelling most in Naughty Dog games. I think that uh, Neil Druckmann specifically sets out to tell a story, and they're gonna pull you along no matter what. So, yeah.
Nice. Next question, Ty said, first party wise, we saw less of the Game Awards. Sony could have easily pushed Ghost of Yotei to the Game Awards. Look, when they were showing Okami 2, I thought it was first going to be a Yotei trailer. With the Samus, what's the instrument called? Samisen? Sorry, the shamisen. Yeah, when I heard that being played. Anyway. Or Xbox clearly could have shown more than Outer Wilds 2. Is this a trend we will see as the big studios focus more on their own showcases? They could. I think the answer probably is one of either timing, one or both these things, timing and money. I assume Xbox or Sony would have to pay to show their game at the Game Awards, or if they show their own showcases, they don't. They also have to weigh that with the amount of viewership they would get at the Game Awards versus if they did this on their own, and if it's ready to be shown. I think that's the main variables, and more often than not, they'd rather just do it in their own presentations. But if it's ready to be shown and the Game Awards are happening, it might just be a convenient time to do it. But like, yes,
Yeah.
why didn't Intergalactic happen during 30th anniversary talks or something? Or 30th anniversary showcase that never happened? I don't know. Some of it's probably arbitrary. But yeah. I don't really have anything definitive to say about it. Sorry.
I just think that this is very clearly what these publishers and developers have been doing for a few years now anyway, where they deprioritize the summer game fests and on the whole, generally speaking, they deprioritize those events and focus on their own, whether it's Nintendo Directs or Xbox Showcase or Developer Direct or State of Play, PlayStation Showcase when they decide to do one. That's just how the industry has been working for several years at this point, since the real sort of death of E3 during the early COVID pandemic. So yeah, I think I'm surprised, honestly, that PlayStation gave them anything. But obviously, Keighley does have a history with Naughty Dog. It's the 10th anniversary of the Game Awards. It's due time, I think, that PlayStation talked in some capacity. So I think this was also like a goodwill thing, probably. Yeah, so I just think the stars aligned. I just wouldn't expect to see, unless there's a massive shift in strategy again, I wouldn't expect to see tons of stuff from first party at any show that isn't their own. Because Xbox could have shown Doom, they could have shown Fable, they could have shown Avowed again, they could have showed South of Midnight again. They could have done any number of things. Another splash of Blade, maybe, but they didn't. But that's because there's going to be a developer direct in January where you're going to see the 2025 slate laid out, and then you're going to have a showcase in the summer, and et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, I don't think it's a missed opportunity. I think Sony showed up more than I thought they were going to. So with Helldivers, that shadow drop of the update, Astrobot level going live over the evening, and then Intergalactic. So yeah.
Cool. Bree?
Sorry, I'm trying to. I have another podcast after this. I was doing some notes. I would say I like seeing stuff at the Game Awards. I would like to continue to see big announcements at the Game Awards. It's part of what makes the award ceremony so exciting. I also think it's partially what makes it unique. I feel like a lot of like the music awards stuff and like movie awards stuff doesn't have a lot of announcements like in the way that the Game Awards does. I could be wrong. I don't really watch them, but I don't see a lot of announcements coming out of those types of things. So I do think that this is something that makes the Game Awards specifically unique. And I think it's something that I enjoy. I can understand why PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo and stuff would want to focus on their own award shows. Or I mean, not award shows, showcases. But I think that it's also nice for them to play nice with everybody else. So I would like to see stuff like this continue.
What clearly happened, obviously,
It was
is
Scott.
that PlayStation were like, we'll give you the Intergalactic reveal if Astrobot wins Game of the Year. That's the bribe that happened, obviously, clearly.
Obviously.
Yeah, so Xbox tax. God damn it. Every time. Sucks.
Xbox could have won Game of the Year if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Yeah,
And
if
Scott.
they didn't, just put out bad games all year.
Yeah.
Shame.
You guys are funny. Last
No, we're
question from
ponies,
Ty.
Taylor. That's different.
Last question from Ty. Why is MLB The Show not on PC day one? Argument can be made for their other games, but this one is hard to explain, especially when it's already on a rival platform and subscription service. There's no reason other than Sony just haven't done it. They haven't ported
Yeah,
it.
I don't
There's
have
no
a
good
good answer
reason.
either.
They just haven't put in the effort to port it. 2K gets ported. Madden gets ported. FIFA gets ported. Why is this in the show? Never has. I don't know why.
There could be something interesting there, maybe. I don't know what the metrics are, but like, how well do sports games typically do on PC?
Yeah, that's true. Usually
Like-
it's more, yeah.
Are tons of people playing the FIFAs and the WWEs and the NBAs on PC? I wouldn't assume so. So maybe it's just a case of like the kind of, the age-old juice isn't worth the squeeze argument, where they could probably easily put it on, especially now with studios like Nix's, but they don't really feel the need to, because console platforms are the primary space for sports games. But I'm completely out of the loop there, so that's just a guess.
I have no comment on this whatsoever.
Fair enough.
I have no information on sports.
Head
My
empty.
brain does not. I do not like sports stuff. We'll say that. Besides Ted Lasso.
Well, thank you all so much for listening. Remember, you can find us on YouTube at Save the Game Media. Blue Sky at Save the Game Media, right? We have Blue Sky now. Twitter
Yes.
at Save Game Media. Links are all in the description.
No idea.
Where can people find you, Sam?
Anywhere and everywhere at Sam Heaney, Heaney.
Hell yeah. What about you, Bree?
You can find me at Fabulous Brianna, FABULAST, BREANNA.
All right, you can find me on the Discord and at Mr. Carter 9 on PSN. That's MRCARTERNINE and T-Pair on the Steams. Until next time, thanks again.